Hey everyone, Kara here, back with another World of Warcraft guide. So today, we'll be taking a look at how to skip the introductory quests for the Warlords of Draenor, Legion, Battle for Azeroth, and the Shadowlands expansions. So why should you do this? Well, it saves a lot of time, especially if you will level with multiple alts through these expansions. However, I would personally recommend doing the introductory scenarios as they provide experience for completing quests within the intro quest line itself. Also, before we begin, do note that you do not need to do these quests or these scenarios if you want to access the content of the expansion, because if you have the appropriate level, you can just head into the portal room and you can click on the portal to get to that expansion's content. For instance, if you want to enter Draenor, you can take the portal to War Spear in Orgrimmar, or Storm Shield in Stormwind. For Legion, take the portal to Azuna, the same for both factions. For BFA, you'd want to take the portal to Dazara Lore, which will lead to Zandalar for Horde, or the portal to Borealis for Alliance, which will lead to Kultiras. And Shadowlands, the portal to Oribos for both factions. For BFA, however, do note that you won't be able to access the opposing faction's continent without at least questing through the intro of the war campaign. So for instance, if you're Horde, you won't be able to get to Kultiras without accessing or doing the intro war campaign questline for the Horde. Vice versa also applies for the Alliance. So let's start. For the Warlords of Draenor expansion, you want to head to Chromie or the War Chief or the Hero's Call board, depending on your faction, and click the Iron Horde Invasion. That will provide you with a quest to talk to Khadgar in the Blasted Lands. A mage in the portal room will teleport you to the Blasted Lands directly. To skip this quest line, do the following. Number 1, do not talk to Khadgar once you see him. Number 2, before walking through the portal, make sure to abandon the quest. And the third is, once you have done both things, you skip talking to Khadgar, you abandon the quest, walk to the portal, and you will land directly in Frostfire Ridge for Horde or Shadowmoon Valley for Alliance, where you can begin building your garrison and questing in Draenor. For Legion, similarly head to Chromie or the War Chief for the Hero's Call board and click the Legion Invasion. Then speak to the NPC on the outskirts of the city and they will have a skip for you. If this option does not appear for you, that means that you have not done the intro scenario on at least one character, and you will have to do it. And then all your other alts afterwards, your characters will be able to skip. Once you avail of the skip or finish this intro scenario, if you have done it, you'll be teleported to Dalaran, where you can begin questing. For BFA, pick up the quest from the War Chief for the Hero's Herald NPC in your faction capital, because there's no Chromie time, given that BFA is the max expansion for individuals who have not paid the Shadowlands expansion. Then, one of your characters will have to complete the introductory quest line, regardless of your faction. And once that's done, you can pick up the same quest from the NPC on an alt, but Nathanos or Jaina, once you speak to them once again, will have an option for you to skip the quest. And you will also receive some experience from it, though not a lot. For Nathanos, you will find him in the Broken Tusk Inn in Orgrimmar, and Jaina by the Stormwind Harbor. Do note that this is a requirement for you to do at least on one character. So if let's say you do it on a Horde character, the skip will also be available for your Alliance alt later on. Similarly, if you do it in an Alliance alt, the skip will also be available for your Horde alt, but one character has to be able to do it. For Shadowlands, all you do is to complete the Maw intro on one character, then all your alts can speak to Darian Mograine to skip the Maw intro and head right into Oribos to begin questing to 60. You can also avail the Korthia skip once you reach level 60, as long as you've completed the first 3 story chapters in the quest in need of assistance, which is to basically complete 3 daily quests on your main character. After which, all your alts can skip the first 3 chapters of the Chains of Domination Korthia campaign by speaking to Bolvar for Dragon and Oribos. You can also skip the Zereth Mortis intro questline if you have done the first 3 chapters of the Zereth Mortis story on your main by speaking to Tal Inara. Do note as well that you do not need to access Korthia to access Zereth Mortis. All you need to do is hit to level 60 and do the first 3 chapters of which zone or which patch content you want to be able to enter. So if you want to enter patch 9.1 content for Korthia, do the first 3 on your main if you have not yet done it, and then all your alts can skip to Korthia. The same applies for Zereth Mortis. Do the first 3 intro story chapters on your main, and once you've done it, you can then skip on all your alts. And do make sure that your alts are level 60 so that they can be able to access this kind of skip. Okay, so one more thing I forgot to add is for the Shadowlands skip, the intro to the Maw skip to just enter Oribos, your character does not need to be 60. Your character just needs to be 48 or 48 to 50, I believe, to be able to access the skip. Afterwards, if you are not at 48, you can't skip. But between 48 and above, I believe you will be able to skip into Oribos. And there you have it. All the current intro skips in game, as well as some patch skips in between. If you enjoyed the video, do leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. If you want to be informed when the next World of Warcraft guide comes out, hit that notification bell or follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Thanks for watching and happy leveling.